Today I will be telling you a story of my favorite Terraria building items. Right, so we're going to be starting off with one which might be a little bit controversial, but let me explain myself a little bit first. The Rod of Discord. It is good. It's quite rare, but it's not very good for non-journey mode building because it will damage you over time. So, for example, if I turn off God mode and I just start moving around, you can see it's taking away life after life after life, and eventually I will die. Like that. In contrast, using the Rod of Harmony, which is literally just the Rod of Discord thrown into Shimmer, so you don't need any extra crafting items, and you can find Shimmer relatively easy. The Rod of Harmony does no damage when you move around. It doesn't give the weird chaos state effect here, which drains life. So for that reason, I think that the Rod of Discord is honestly an F tier. It's only an F tier because of how much better the Rod of Harmony is. For the Rod of Harmony, I would put that in S tier. If the Rod of Discord didn't cause the damage, it would also easily be an S tier. Alright, so next up we have the Rubble Maker. It's one of those things which not everyone uses. Basically, what it allows you to do is place around these different versions of the things that you find naturally that generate in the world. You can create almost, if not all, of the naturally generated things, and you can also use different materials. So I'm using stone at the moment, but you can also swap it out for grass seeds, and then you can place some of these. You can also do some of the little roots here and just see how it works. And how you can switch between them is you press up or down. You can scroll through it. You right click to switch between small, medium and large. For that, and how much use I use it for personally, and how relatively easy it is to get, I would probably give this a solid B tier. What we have next is the Ice Rod. This allows you to place little temporary blocks in the sky or anywhere you want really. You can't really do it underneath things because it does have to be within line of sight, but it allows you to place something in the sky and then build around it or from that instead of having to build off of the ground. So for example, this floating island here, instead of having to build up from the ground and going up, I could just place this here and then just build up from that instead of having to go around building up everything, then having to break it all. It's just a bit of a time saver, honestly, and for that reason I'm going to give this I think I'll also give this one a B tier. I use it more than the Rubble Maker. I'll give it an A tier. Now what we're going to be talking about is the Grave Digger's Shovel. This is something which was suggested to me by a comment on a post I did recently, and what it allows you to do is dig out a 3x1 area of blocks instead of doing it 1x1. So obviously I've got quite a quick shovel here. I've got it to agile, so it's pretty quick, like that. But even just the regular Gravedigger shovel, look at that. That is really quite quick. What they suggested was they use this for foundations. I can see why that would be really quite handy. But yeah, for its ease of getting, you can get it pre-hard mode, I believe. But it can only dig soft tiles, it says, so I'm guessing it can't do stone or anything like that. I can't mind that. If you're doing foundations on the surface, you're only really going to be using that. So for this, I think I would actually also give it a B tier. Next up, what I want to talk about is the Staff of Regrowth. And what this does is it allows you to place grass over tiles like this. And that's quite useful because you don't need to stay and watch as things slowly grow. However, the Axe of Regrowth was added into the game. It does the same thing, but it has a second utility where if I go over here and I chop down this tree, it will automatically place an acorn. Both of these are pretty good. This one, since it's an axe, it can't be used to get rid of walls, but it's still pretty good, so I would think I would put both of these in the same tier, and I'd put both of these, I'll put them in A tier, because I use them quite a lot. Next up, I want to talk about the Actuation Rod. This is something which I wouldn't build without. This is something which I absolutely love. I use it in every build I do. I also use it to help blend in blocks to other parts, so these honey platforms here, if I unactuate one of them, it's a lot brighter. If I actuate it, it blends in with the rest quite nicely. So what this allows you to do is push blocks to the back, I guess. So in between regular blocks and walls, it kind of stays there. It's still a block, but you can walk through it. You can, pass through it. It's good for adding shading and stuff like that. So on this bit in the window here, I used it here to help blend in the platforms and these little bits of large bamboo to kind of push them to the back and help them blend in. So here, once I actuate that, it all blends in a lot nicer and creates this window with the curtains, which looks absolutely lovely. So for that reason, I would definitely give the actuation rod an S tier. So what we have up next is the Ultra Absorbent Sponge. This is basically like the Zenith or the Terrorblade of sponges. I know, it's a bit strange, but there's also the Terra Toilet, so we don't talk about it. What this allows you to do is absorb any amount of pretty much any liquid, so shimmer, honey, lava, and in this case, water. And let's say that you have a build that you want to clear out some water, or you want to drain the water just a small amount. This is where it comes in pretty much perfectly handy. You can just tap it once and it drops it down to say the level that you want it to be at. So this is something which I don't use super often, but when I do use it, it comes in super handy. So for this reason, I will give the Ultra Absorbent Sponge a C tier. So that's all that we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to, you can also subscribe. Have a lovely rest of your day and take care. Bye.